So yes, right now I'm in Tsamkxao, which is hundreds and hundreds of kilometers away from Windhoek, our capital city. And I'm here to observe, especially when it comes to communities that are considered marginalized or at the fringe of government services, how they're accessing access to information. So thank you so much, Chief. I think we listen to the value that radio and general communications and benefits that has brought to your community. And we're glad that it's actually making a difference in the lives of Namibians, regardless of where they are and regardless of the communities they come from. Because radio unites all of us, it brings all of us together. The information is one, therefore it benefits everybody at the same plane and at the same level once that information has been made available to everybody. And radio has proven itself to be the most reliable, the most accessible to the communities. The devices you were talking about, and I'm glad that Chief has made a distinction that, you know, even now through mobile phones, one can listen to the radio on the go. For those that cannot or do not move around too much, the household at least needs one radio set for that information. So definitely as a Ministry of ICT, we are committed to ensuring that we reach the last mile, the medium mile of villages, of communities in terms of radio connectivity. Well, the Ministry of ICT in Namibia is meant to ensure that there's free flow of information and communication. That at many times is our primary role, and that's why our Minister, Dr. Pia Mushelenga, is spokesperson of government, because we must trickle down government policies and programs to the people so they know exactly what they can expect from their government and how they can better advise their government to deliver. But most importantly for us as a ministry, we need to facilitate a conducive environment for radio stations to operate in. They play such a major role for information dissemination. As a government, we cannot do it alone. So we depend on our national broadcaster, our commercial radios, our community radios to ensure they have an enabling environment to ensure information reaches the furthest of communities. And in case in point, we have developed a community radio framework so we can have a cohesive, quality and contented way in which information is flowing to our communities, because we know more often than not they depend on radio for information, to access opportunities, to access government services, to access even employment in some cases. So it's very important for us to have a quality service that is given to our people at the end of the day. And what I've seen here so far with the community radios that exist and the broadcaster who has its presence here, we've seen that there is actually access to information through the medium of radio. We recently spoke to one of the chiefs in the area, and he gave such a beautiful picture and painted such a beautiful picture of how young and old have access to radio through young people on their cell phones, and older persons through a small radio set that is made available through government activities, through the concessions at the conservancies. It shows that there is some form of commitment from government to ensure that everybody, young and old, has access to information. And we have seen that even during the pandemic, and it's an example the chief has given, that because they had no understanding of what this coronavirus is and what it means, it is through radio that it was able to be broken down to them what the virus is all about, how they can protect themselves, and how they can better protect those they love, especially when it comes to the elderly. So it really shows that the message through radio medium trickles down to the furthest and furthest of communities. And that's how I believe through the government interventions, just recently we passed the Access to Information Act, which is meant to really harmonize all policies and laws in the country to ensure that every piece of information that can move one community from point A to B, that can move a person from opportunity A to B, has the information they need in order to improve their lives. And that is the law that we passed some time back last year.